What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and a couple of weeks ago I reported to you all about a plane crash in the Amazon jungle. Now, the craziest part about this plane crash is that there were 7 people on board, but only 3 bodies were found. The 3 bodies that were found were all adults, but the 4 people who were missing from the wreckage were all kids. Ages 13, 9, 4, and 11 months old. But get this. From what the search parties say, even the military is out here searching the jungle for these kids. From what they say, they continue to find evidence that these kids are alive. They were finding makeshift shelters, a baby bottle, scissors. They were finding half-eaten food and fruit. And all signs showed that these kids were somewhere out here surviving in the jungle. Now, it's been weeks. A report came in 2 weeks ago that these kids were found. The president of Colombia even announced that, hey, we got the kids, we found them, they were alive. But then new reports came in that, wait, we don't have the kids, we didn't find the kids. So that's another weird detail about this story, because it was reported that the kids were found. And then all of a sudden, they retracted those claims and said that the kids are still somewhere out here in the middle of the jungle, and we can't find them. Now, that does not sit right with me. Knowing all of the crazy, wild stuff that happens in this world, it really makes me feel awkward knowing that they reportedly found these kids. And I mean, this wasn't like a random rumor that started online. The search parties themselves were relaying this information back and forth to government officials. And it went from them, oh, we got the kids, to we don't have the kids within a day. So I don't know how there was a mix-up and y'all thought y'all had. I mean, we even went it so far as to say that they've done medical tests on these kids and that the kids were healthy and fine. So I don't know. And then all of a sudden they said, we don't know where the kids are. Never mind. We don't have them. Well, I've been sitting here for over 2 weeks waiting on an update, and finally we get one. I've been fearing for the worst. You have to understand that these kids are literally in the middle of the jungle, okay? With the craziest, wildest animals you can think of. So I was thinking, I don't even want to go into detail about the thoughts that crossed my mind about what could have possibly happened to these kids. But here we are weeks later, and these search parties are still out there searching for these kids, and they are still finding new signs and evidence that suggests that these kids are still alive out here in the middle of the jungle. Let's go ahead and dive right in. 4 indigenous children lost in the Amazon jungle after a plane crash nearly a month ago are believed to still be alive, Army officials say, as the search continues in treacherous terrain. The children, ages 13, 9, 4, and 11 months old, wandered into the jungle after a light aircraft crash in the southeast of Colombia on May 1st. The crash claimed the lives of the 3 adults on board, the children's mother, the pilot, and an indigenous leader. There was no sign of the kids when the wreckage was recovered by the Colombian military. Over 100 men are involved in the search for the 4 youngsters. Those leading the mission say it is highly probable that the minors are still alive due to the clues that they keep finding. The latest hint about the kids' whereabouts is a footprint found on the muddy ground in the jungle that Army officials believe is that of 13-year-old Leslie, the eldest of the missing kids. Satellite images have since revealed a path the kids took from the plane wreck, and rescuers have come across some of their belongings, a makeshift shelter, and half-eaten fruit and food. Last week, they found a pair of shoes and a nappy. Based on the evidence, we concluded that the kids are still alive, says rescue team leader General Pedro Sanchez. If they were dead, it would be easy to find them because they would be still, and the sniffer dogs would find them, he added. Recently, the Air Force dumped over 10,000 flyers into the forest with instructions telling the kids to stay put. The leaflets also included survival tips, and the military has even dropped food parcels and bottled water all over the jungle for the kids to find. On Sunday, the Army placed powerful searchlights with a range of up to 3 kilometers in the area so that the miners can approach them. Rescuers have also been broadcasting a message recorded by the kids' grandmother urging them to stay put so that soldiers can find them. So they've been doing all types of stuff trying to find these kids. And I mean, think about that. You have a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 11-month-old baby out here in the middle of the jungle. And they're surviving. At least that's what we're hoping. And that's what the signs show. Do you think that you would last a month in the middle of the Amazon jungle after surviving a plane crash that killed your family? I mean, damn. These kids have to be some brave, resilient kids. And I can't imagine what the oldest is going through and what the oldest one feels like. Because if anything, I believe that she would be the one holding everything together. So I'm hoping these kids are found. It's a miracle that they survived the plane crash. It's a miracle that after a month, they're still finding evidence that these kids are alive out there somewhere. That blows my mind. It literally does. A movie should be made about this one day. I'm hoping for the best outcome. Keep in mind, I don't want to, go down a dark path here or be negative, but there's a likelihood that some of the kids may be found safely and some of them maybe not. But I'm hoping they find all of these kids. But I'm still questioning why it was announced that they found them already when they really didn't. I don't understand how you could have a miscommunication that big in a case this serious. That does not make sense to me at all. So I'm hoping there's nothing weird going on here with that. But I'll continue to update you all on this story whenever we get updates. Like I said, I waited around for like 2 weeks to get this update. And I was surprised to see that they still believe that these kids are alive. And they're finding fresh footprints and evidence to suggest that they're still out here traversing the jungle somehow. The fact that they're dropping pamphlets out the sky and food parcels and water bottles and stuff, I think that's great. That definitely gives me some hope. But yeah, who knows what may come of this? I don't know if the kids are constantly on the move, if they've set up camp somewhere. I mean, who knows? But like I said, if we get any updates, I will update you all. For now, let's just hope for the best. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We got to get those thumbs ups on these videos. While you're down in the comments, though, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.